What's going on, everyone? Rich Brecklin back here with another episode of Arizona Life. Today we're going to do a driving tour of one of my top communities, top neighborhoods in my top city in the Phoenix metro area in Gilbert, Arizona, and this is Power Ranch. Now, I have done several other videos on Power Ranch, but never showing exactly what it is like to be a resident of Power Ranch and what it is like to live here and what you get to see every day if you own a home right here in Power Ranch. But first things first, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this channel. I really do appreciate it. A little about me. We relocated here to Arizona from Illinois with my family and our dog, and we call Gilbert, Arizona, and we call Power Ranch home, and we absolutely love it. Now, if it is something you're looking to do, you're in the research phase on making that move to Arizona, I would love to help you. I'm a licensed real estate agent with eXp Realty, and pretty much all of my client base are relocation clients doing the same thing that we did, moving from wherever it is they're from right here to the Phoenix metro area. So not even Gilbert, all the way from, I have clients in Maricopa all the way up to Peoria, Surprise, New River. So it does not matter, anywhere in the Phoenix Valley, I'm happy to help. But enough of that. So we're talking today about Power Ranch, what it is like, what makes Power Ranch so great. So first, as you see, I'm cruising right here. This is just one of the pools and lakes in Power Ranch, and that is just one of the features that, the amenities that attracted us so much to this area, but it goes beyond that. So in Power Ranch, first, there are 11 different neighborhoods. Now, if I were fully prepared, I would have had a little notes and I could have been able to rattle them off, but they're, let's see, we got Meadowview, Arbors, Timbers, Mountain View, the Knolls, Willows, I said Willows, I'll probably say it again, but anyhow, 11 different neighborhoods. And what I like is each one is a little bit different, from the homes to the parks to the location. So depending on what it is you're looking for and your budget, Power Ranch is a great option. Now, the prices here have gone up considerably. So again, depending on what you're looking for. So we're in the Willows right now, and I love this section of the Willows, and this is Weaver Circle, because the park right here in the middle. It's awesome if you live over here. We have kids, so being able to go to the park is a huge, huge pro for us. But when it comes to the prices, so right here on these streets, you're looking anywhere from, this home in front of me is probably going to be, if you're buying it, we're around $1 million, 1.1. So they've shot up quite a bit. They've pretty much doubled, tripled in price in the last, 5 years or so, which is absolutely nuts. But it is what it is, and this still remains a highly desirable area. But if you're, entry level here, I would say plan on spending, no less than $550. $550 is probably just going to get you in the game in Power Ranch. But let me tell you, once you're in the game, it is so worth it. It is worth living here. It is worth for us having our family here, and a lot of different reasons. So as you can see, there's a lot of neighborhoods that branch off of different streets. Now, Lucinio, which we're on right now, is not one of the major, I don't call it thoroughfares, roadway. So Power Ranch itself, it is in between Pecos and Queen Creek Road, and also Germain splits it. And then you have Power Road to the east, and then you go a little bit further west of Ranch House, but not, you're not going all the way down to Higley. It covers a pretty large area. Now, there are over 9,700 homes here in Power Ranch, so it's a pretty large community. There is an HOA, so depending on your feeling of HOAs, it is what it is. I know a lot of HOAs get a bad rap, but to me, I look, what does the HOA really interfere with a lot? Now, they do require, your home, it can't look disheveled, and you can't be needing paint and you're not taking care of your property. To me, that's not a bad thing if an HOA is worried about that. But you do get quite a bit of amenities. So there are over 26 miles of walking paths here, which I absolutely love. You have 2 pools, you have 2 lakes. Now there's another pool if you live in the Knowles neighborhood of Power Ranch. They have their own private pool. Now their HOA is an additional because they have that private pool. So if that's you want a little bit more of exclusivity, then the Knowles may be an option for you. But in general, the HOA fee for Power Ranch is $1,100 per year. So under $100 a month, honestly, not bad for what you could use. And we use quite a bit of it. We use the paths and the trails daily, pretty much, and also the pools and the lakes. Now, we did not go to the pool over the winter, even though we're in Arizona. It's still not quite pool season. However, one of the pools is heated in the winter, but I did not want to go hang out at the pool in the winter, even in Arizona. But the pools they're great. The kids love it. There's one that is more kid-friendly, if you want to say that. It's we call it the creature pool because they have the water features, spraying water out. It's a little shallower, and then they have the deep end. And then where we're headed now is one of the larger pools, and this is the one that's heated. They're both nice, so it depends. And I've never really seen them. The kid pool, I'll see it's a little busier, a little more crowded than the pool we're pulling up to. But still, it's worth it if you don't want a pool in your on your own property, or even if you just want to maybe a change of scenery and you'll head out to one of the private pools here. Then that's how we were. We really wanted a pool at our house, but our daughters, we were not confident in their swimming ability, so we didn't even want to take the chance until we were more confident, and then we'll talk about having a pool at home. But for now, this is great. $90 a month, pretty much, and we don't have to take care of it. It's nice. And also, if we don't want to swim and the kids do, then we don't come here. So this is one of my favorite lakes over here, though. There is fishing at both lakes, catch and release, which is, it's still fun, especially coming from the Midwest where we lived on a lake. It's nice to still be able to have this where we get to go enjoy our time, enjoy hanging out by the water, enjoy fishing, and then toss them back in for the next person. And you'll also find, ducks and other birds hanging out here. So that part is pretty cool too. And the ducks, they pretty much sat up full-time residency of, they know they're safe here. And also turtles in the water. So pretty cool to be able to have this in Arizona. And I know you'll see a lot of green, and it probably doesn't look like the Arizona you're thinking of if you're not from here. But I love that aspect. Now you will find yards that have the cactus and Southwest decor, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, and palms, and to me that's great. But I love the mix and the green, and it's not just as brown as you think it would be. But yeah, the clubhouse here is great, and it's a lot going on. So this HOA, they also put a lot into the community with the events they do. During holiday season, over the winter, they had snow brought in, and they had sledding, and the kids could have a snowball fight, and meet Santa and all that stuff. So that was really fun. But there's always just a lot of other events and activities, and it's one of the reasons we absolutely love living in Power Ranch. And then another good thing is there are 2 schools right here within the community. So to me, that really nails down that community feeling when our kids get to go to the schools in the neighborhood they live in, and so many of their other friends do as well. And the schools they're not small. So where we came from, my daughter went to a private school. There's 6 kids in her class. They combined classes. And then when we switched, we came here, there were, I think, 27 second graders in a class, and there's like 4 or 5 second grade classes. So a huge change. But it is, to me, it's well worth it. It offers quite a bit. Now, this is Queen Creek, so if we kept going straight, that would take us over into Trilogy, which is the 55 plus section of Power Ranch. But the homes off to my right, so those are in Power Ranch, and then they back up to Queen Creek. And as far as price range goes on those, goes for those homes, you're looking, usually around the sevens to those, up north of $1 million. I am gonna do a safe U-turn here. Sure, we'll go with that. That's one thing. I think it's caught on to me, or I've caught it. U-turns here, just pay attention because people drive crazy. So we're gonna head back onto Ranch House. Now, if we took a right, that took us also to Trilogy, but you can also get into some of the other neighborhoods. So Ranch House is a nice way to cut through. But, there's a 30, 35 mile an hour speed limit, so it's nice if people, 30 miles. So it's nice if people do, respect that, just with so many young kids living in this area. It's just something to be mindful of. So we're gonna head into Mountain View. Like I said, one of my favorite communities, really because I like the style of homes here. Now, believe it or not, again, if you're not aware of this, homes in Arizona, they generally do not have basements. But you can find some homes with basements here in Power Ranch. So to me, again, it's just another cool factor of the style of homes that you get to find here. Now, coming from Illinois, but probably 80% of the homes in the area we lived all had basements. It was rare, to have a home without a basement. Not saying it didn't happen, but it was it just wasn't the most common thing. And here it's just the opposite, which I get it. I mean, Illinois, you probably needed a basement much more than you need a basement here in Arizona. Not saying we don't have tornadoes in Arizona, because there are, but not very often. It's a little more rare. So you can see in this neighborhood, the homes are a little bit larger than we were over on the Willows. You see some different decor, again, some different styles. But I like this area. I like, again, the decor of the homes. I say decor a lot, but I mean it. But also the landscape and what you get for the home. So one of the homes over here was just under contract, or just listed for right around $1 million. It was 5 bedrooms, amazing backyard, looked like something out of a resort. It has not sold yet, but I'm guessing just north of $1 million once that one does finally close. So if that is what you're looking for, 3,800 square feet plus and that killer backyard, I would plan on spending north of $950. Just the way prices are going, and that's just what we're seeing. Now, if you're buying that home 5 years ago, that was probably $450, $470. But times are changing, and the market here is going absolutely bonkers. But it is what it is. For us, we saved on taxes. We were paying like $8 or $9 grand in taxes in Illinois. Here, your taxes are on something like that. You're going to be, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000, give or take. Just depends on how soon before the assessor catches up. But we're going to head back on Ranch House and head north. So they do a really, really good job of taking care of the grounds here, from the trees, the grass, the shrubs, everything. It's always clean. It looks nice. And that's what we love. So again, our daughters are a huge part of everything that we do. We love doing things together as a family. And it's one of the reasons why we chose Power Ranch, just for where can we see ourselves raising our family, and where do we think that our family would get the most benefit and just thrive. And Power Ranch checked all the boxes for us. Now, we did a ton of research on where we wanted to call home, and everyone's different. There may be people who absolutely this would not work for. It's not what they're looking for, and that's fine. But for us, it's exactly what we're looking for. And the homes here were built, anywhere from, I want to say 03-ish to 2000. I'm trying to think of the latest, 10, 12, give or take. So they're not brand new homes, but they're not super old. And still, the style and decor, they're still beautiful properties. You know, I would choose to live here over some of the new construction, just because of the established community and everything you do get for the amenities here. For us, that is super important, and we love that part about it. You know, especially where we came from, where we didn't have neighbors. We lived on a few acres, and we did not have, you know, people. We didn't have people that we would see every day. So it's pretty neat when our kids go to the park and they get to go play with their friends, and you know, really make those relationships that'll be, you know, everlasting. So we really like that part. And then the location of Power Ranch is, we love that area also. So it's in South Gilbert, and you're still close to, you know, Higley and Power. It doesn't take long to get to the 202 or the 60. You know, grocery stores nearby. Everything we need is still close by. So it's not like you're far away from everything. Now, when this area was first developed in the early 2000s, it was saw as, you know, being far out. But so much has grown in Gilbert, so much has expanded, that now this is just normal. And Power Ranch, you know, it has won award after award after award for, you know, being one of the top master plan communities in Arizona, if not the country. So you're getting, I think it's really set the bar for how some master plan communities have been developed from here on. So we're getting ready to cross Germain, and we're on Ranch House right now. So as I mentioned before about the trails and the paths, if you go to the right, one of the paths, it takes you under Germain, which is nice. That way you don't have to cross Germain, and you know, it's just another thing for safety. So when we're out with a walk with the kids and the dog, we'll always head under the tunnel. Kids like it. That way we're not having to worry about crossing, you know, 6 lanes of traffic with you know, a 4-year-old, 8-year-old, and a German Shepherd. Back on the Ranch House, and now, like I said, we're headed north. So at Ranch House, it is one of the kind of the arteries that connects a lot of the neighborhoods from, you know, the east and the west, and then north and south. But usually I would use Ranch House to get to different areas. So Ranch House does get pretty busy. The good thing is there are some crossing areas, flashing lights for the kids, especially near Centennial School up here. So that's nice, but I was telling our daughter, still make sure you're looking where you're going. But it's nice that it's there. And again, it's nice that everything is so well cared for here. Now I'm going to pull in here to where the kids' pool is and the other lake. And this is, again, an area that we're pretty much at this area daily, either walking as a family, walking the dog, or just coming to hang out. And the barn house here, they always have, not always, but it's an area that people can rent out. There's, you know, weddings here, events, receptions. So I don't know what the fee is for residents to rent it out, but I believe it's fairly inexpensive. And a lot of the events, if they're not housed at the clubhouse, they'll be here at the parking lot. They had like a first responder day here, which was pretty cool. Had a helicopter come and land, so the kids got to see that. Always nice. It's funny, I don't think they cared about you know, police vehicles when I was a cop, but now that they see them, they're like, oh, well, that's awesome. Like, yeah, thanks for noticing. But moving on, so again, this lake is a little bit smaller than the other one, and I don't think the fishing is good here, but again, it's you're fishing in Arizona in your neighborhood, so to me, it's worth it just to be out. And you know, either a short drive or a walking distance to home. I mean, I can't beat it. And we are coming up on Centennial School. So again, one of the schools in Power Ranch, so you have Power Ranch Elementary and Centennial, the Centennial Cardinals. So those are two of the schools right here, both on Ranch House. And again, both, you know, highly rated schools. It's great to have them right here in the neighborhood. But you also have a lot of options with schooling in Arizona being open enrollment. So say you live somewhere else, you wanted to come here, as long as there's space and you got on the list, then is an option where you could actually send your child to school here. And now over in this neighborhood, if you're ever here in during Christmas season or Halloween, this area is nuts. So they have a DJ, they have decorations like crazy. They'll have decor streaming from one side of the street to the other. It's nuts. So they go all out. So every time or every season during those Halloween and Christmas, we make it a point, come over here and just take it all in. So they do a really, really good job. Our first year here, when we got to see, a DJ during trick-or-treating in the middle of the street, they block everything off, but it's pretty cool. Now you'll notice, these homes, there's a little bit smaller than where we were over in Meadowview, but still, I don't want to say they're small, but a little bit different style. But again, that's depending on what your budget is. If your budget's in the 5-6s, awesome. If it's 1 to 1.5 million, then you'll be able to find something here as well. So it really brings a lot of different options. And they also have townhomes here. So if you're looking for the townhome look, you don't want maybe a huge yard to take care of, then you have that. And like I mentioned earlier, you have Trilogy, 55 plus. So if you're looking at 55 plus, Empower Ranch, Trilogy would be a good option. And they also have the golf course at Trilogy. And maybe that'd be another video I do, but to us, Power Ranch is great. Power Ranch is home. And there's a lot of reasons, for that I covered in this video, from, the amenities, the location, the community, the different types of homes you can get. It's just, we love living here. We've never been happier with an area we get to call home than we do at Power Ranch, especially, having, parks in each neighborhood unique to that neighborhood that, you don't see everywhere, especially in master plan communities from, 15, 20 years ago. So we love that aspect. Now, if you would like some more info on Power Ranch, please let me know. Happy to answer any questions you have. Like I said, we absolutely love living here, and I think you will too, but maybe you won't. So please send an email, rich@arizonalife.net, or if you're thinking about moving here, but maybe not Power Ranch, and you want questions on what it's like to relocate, the process we took, or if you're interested also in our rent with the option to buy program, a try it before you buy it. Happy to answer questions on that too. But happy to talk to you, and I love helping people relocate from wherever they're from to Arizona. That's because I know what it's like. We did it with our family, and I understand some of the stresses that go with that, and I want to take care of that for you so you don't have that stress, because it should be a fun time, it should be an adventure, and I want to help with that adventure and help make Arizona your life. So until next time, this is Rich Brecklin, eXp Realty with Arizona Life. Peace out.